Hey friends, my name is Henrique Couto and I'm a writer and director based out of Dayton, Ohio, and I'm here to tell you about my latest feature film, Making Out, which is a romantic comedy. Now, I've made 10 feature films in my illustrious career. This one is very special to me because it is my first romantic comedy. Now, I have made movies like A Bulldog for Christmas and Awkward Thanksgiving that have elements of romance built into them, but never a film that focused directly on romance. Now, why would I make this movie? Well, I'm a humongous sap, and the older I get, the more I seem to put on Love Actually and cry alone. But that's okay, that's not a sad thing, that's actually kind of a wonderful thing, because I've always loved the way romantic comedies depict love, even when it's cliche, even when it's kind of pathetic, and especially when it's completely and utterly unrealistic. And that's why I'm here to tell you, I want to make Making Out with you. I want to make Making Out with you. I want to make out with you. I want to make Making Out with you guys on Kickstarter, and the only way I can make this film is with your help. You may know that I did a Kickstarter last year for Awkward Thanksgiving, which was completed on time, on budget, and delivered to all of my backers at the date I promised. Well, now I've got a brand new film, Making Out, a romantic comedy starring Aaron R. Ryan and Titus Wolverton, and I'm very excited to bring it to you. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the story. Making Out is about a screenwriter played by Titus Wolverton named Charlie. Charlie writes B movies. I know it's a big stretch, right? He writes B movies for a living. He meets an actress on the set of one of the movies he's written, and they don't necessarily fall in love in the traditional sense, but they do realize they have a lot in common. And the thing they have most in common is a lament over the fact that love in real life is never the way they've been promised in movies and television. So they make a pact together that while they are not in love with each other, they are going to create the ultimate romance. They're going to meet up before their dates, write them out, rehearse them, and then go into the world and act them out. They're going to do things like walking out at sunset and kissing in a water fountain. Whoops, the water fountain is going off, oh gosh! But you see, since it's taking place in the real world, it's not quite what you would expect. So as they go on these dates, it becomes more and more silly and sweet, but not in the way you're expecting, because it's not about the movies, it's about real life. But like most good things, it has to come to an end, and after realizing that these dates leave them feeling kind of empty because it's not real, they decide to go their separate ways. Or do they? Because the time they spent together planning their dates, and the time they spent together getting to know what the other person feels about love, might have actually led them down the path of falling in love for real. So, do they fall in love? Do they live happily ever after? Well, you're going to have to finance the goddamn movie to find out. Because the fact is, I'm not just going to tell you, because then it would be a story and not a movie. I'm looking for $4,800, which is a very modest sum to make a 90-minute feature film. And if you don't think I'm qualified to, I should mention that I've directed 10 feature films, 7, soon to be 8 of which have national or international distribution. I will make this movie on time, on budget, and I will deliver my perks as promised. You will not be waiting 2 years to get your movie. I also want to mention, if you supported me in the past, or even if you haven't, that this is the first fundraiser I've ever ran while making films for a living. That means that a lot more is on the line. The last 2 crowdfunding campaigns I ran, it was all about raising money to make a movie, while I go into my day job every week. Well, now there is no day job. My day job is making this film the best film I can possibly do. I'm asking you, please take a look at the perks. We have really awesome stuff. Consider contributing to the film and help us make Making Out a reality. Honestly, if you contribute the highest tier, I'll tongue you. And I'm not saying just in the mouth either. So thank you guys so much, and please share this. You can find out more information at makingoutmovie.com, and I look forward to seeing you guys and making you tear up just a little bit, get a little misty-eyed. So thanks again, and I'm really excited.